to a base class. That one is upcasting. The word casting, it means to convert something from one type to another or from one size to another. But when we are dealing with classes, we say then upcasting is converting derived class to a base class. Okay, or a derived class will behave as if it was a base class. If we were to convert the circle, the square, and the triangle to behave like shape class, yeah, we are saying we are doing upcasting. Then the other way is to downcast. Downcasting is the opposite, is converting a base class to a derived class, is downcasting. So this is what normally happens when you are basically inheriting from a base class to a subclass. Then you call that one is a relationship, because we are picking something from the base class, the behavior and whatever, and we are modeling it in the derived class. So some of the variables and the functions which are available in the base class are going to be inherited in the base class. And now that one is an is a relationship, which is implemented when you do a parent to a child. Now, a child can have some extra methods which are not available in the base class. For example, a child can go to school. It's a method that is not available to the parent object. The parent doesn't go to school. But you see, if we are doing upcasting, we are saying a parent is going to school, because that method that is available in the child or in the derived class is also being made available in the parent, which also brings some questions. When you're doing upcasting, how possible is it for a parent to go to school? So your program may generate some errors if you're trying to do some upcasting. But a child who is inherited or is a derived class can go to school. A child can sleep and a parent can sleep too. A child can walk and a parent can walk too. So you see, that is downcasting. You can convert a class to another derived class and inherit the functions. Yeah, but the other way around may also bring an issue. A child may have its unique properties which are not in the parent, and trying to put them back to the parent is doing upcasting, which may alter your code. Now, when we are doing type conversion or casting, we use a dynamic cast operator to simply convert one object to another type. Okay, so we use a dynamic cast operator. Okay, so simply you just put into parentheses whatever is it that you're converting into another type, then you put it into parentheses. You are simply using, that is a dynamic cast operator. It's like forcing something to take up a particular data type of a particular size. An example would be like if I'm creating a pointer called child, yeah, child pointer 1, then I'm converting the pointer to parent to base class. I'm forcing it to be a child, or to be the parent to be of child type pointer. So I'll use the casting operator and put the child into parentheses. So that means I'm converting it, forcing the parent to be a child. Again, I can do the other way around and do a parent conversion to a child. So what is the scope of class and inheritance? Or to what extent does a class affect or work in an inheritance? So each class has its own definition of scope depending on the members it is using or the members that are defined. So when you talk of scoping, because we have understood that you can also nest classes. So as you keep on nesting, also probably you are improving on the scope or you are reducing the scope. So the scope is normally limited by the type of members you have in a class. Okay. Now, when you want to improve the scope, of course, in a class, sometimes we talk of a terminology called overloading. I'll give you an example. When I have a function that has one parameter, maybe a function called add sum or add numbers, and it has one parameter of integer type, it is defined in the base class. Now, if that method I inherit it in a derived class, and I want to add another parameter, a second parameter, then that one I will refer to it overloading. I have improved or I have extended the method which was in the base class. I have added some parameter. So with overloading, simply you're saying you are extending the scope of a class in the derived class. Yeah, it is the same method which is in the base class, but now here I am adding more parameters. And that is why constructors, sometimes we say we have default constructors which have no parameters. Then we have parameterized constructors which we add parameters. And we also have copy constructors which copy one object to another. Okay, so there is this thing that you have to understand about overloading, simply like adding some scope or improving the extensibility of a method or of a variable within a derived class. So I think we can call it a day. We've talked so much. Just follow this lecture critically, and if you have any questions, you can refer back to me, and you can try to resolve it. So our next lecture will be about polymorphism. God bless you.